Is it connecting? It is connecting. Okay. Hey guys. Woo, goodness gracious. I know I'm a little late. I am gonna see who joins. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. We are gonna be talking about 5 things to stop consuming when diagnosed with cancer. Hey Sharon. Hello. Oh, I don't. Lucy. Hi Lucy. Yeah, so I am going to give it a couple minutes. Like I said, I know I'm a little late. I have my notes here and I have 2 kids that are in the living room. So if somebody comes in rushing, saying something, just ignore it. I'll get back to the video. So hello, I see people coming in. Oh, I'm so excited. So what are you guys doing? I'm very excited because it's the New Year's, and even though I don't celebrate it, it's still exciting just to have like a goal, because every time we want to start something new, something better for ourselves, whether it is diet or I don't know, a new look or something, it's always like, oh, we're gonna start on the 1st of the month or on Monday or on whatever. So I hope this helps you guys, so you guys can start a healthier way of living life, diet, etc. And I hope it helps anybody who is going through cancer themselves or any type of illness or any type of anything. So yeah, I am pretty nervous. I don't know why I get nervous. I think I get so excited that it turns into nerves. And yeah, so anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and start by talking about well, this is basically 5 things for us to stop consuming when we're diagnosed with cancer, but it can actually apply to anybody else. Hey Kaylee, I have to stop reading the comments. And the phone is tilted because, again, I do want to post this up on YouTube, so hopefully it saves correctly, because the last video that I did didn't save right, so I wasn't able to post it until I find someone who can help me kind of like flip the video or whatever, because I'm not like super techie or anything like that. So but yes, so I'm gonna start reading the comments, and I am going to answer questions after the video. So if you guys have questions, please just comment on the little comment, and I will answer them after the video like I did last time. So okay, so first of all, we're gonna be talking about cancer. What is cancer? The best way for me to explain this is, I know a lot of people, when they think of the word cancer, the first thought that comes to their mind is death, or like something so severe that the person has very little bit of time to live, or has to go through chemotherapy, hair loss, very fragile, thin people. I know that word, when you guys hear the word, or when many people hear the word cancer, I know that those are the thoughts that come to the mind. And I know this because when they told me that I was diagnosed with cancer, that's something that came to my mind. The first thing I thought was death, and many other things, of course, but then also you associate pictures that you've seen with very thin people, very ill-looking people. And I actually had a friend who had died from cancer, and that's the picture that came to mind. But that's actually not, or it doesn't have to be this way. Cancer is pretty much a condition of our body. It's our body's way of telling us that there's something wrong inside of us and that we need to fix it, that it needs fixed. And we all have cancer. Every single living human has cancer. The problem is when our cancer is active, because like I said, everybody has cancer, but every single time when we go to sleep at night, our bodies are able to get rid of the cancer, of those malignant cells that our body also produces every day throughout the day. But when we go to sleep at night, our bodies are able to get rid of it. And that's why, if you know, one of the first things we do when we wake up in the morning is go to the bathroom, go use number 1, because our body is getting rid of all of that toxicity that has been in it. And at night is the only time when our bodies are able to completely just stop any cancer growth or any malignant growth, cell growth, and just work on pretty much rebuilding our body. So that's pretty much what cancer is. It's just our body's way of telling us that there's something wrong with it. We all have it. The problem, like I said, is when it's active. But when it does get active, when it does become active, just like how our bodies are able to dispose of it at night when it's not active, our bodies are also able to dispose of it when it is active. But in order for that to happen, we need to have a very strong immune system. We need to be able to have a very sleep very well, for one, and be able to not be so stressed. And all of that's going to contribute to a very strong immune system for our bodies to be able to get rid of the cancer that has been active or activated in our system. So I'm going to share with you 5 things, because a lot of people think that cancer is very much genetic, and that's wrong, because only like 5 to 10% cancers are being produced or are being or people are getting it because of their genes. So the rest of the 90 to 95% of people that have cancer, it's not because they got it from their family or etc. It's because of the diet that they follow and what they're consuming, what we are consuming, and that's why we get this cancer. So that's a misconception that many people have, which is really sad, because like for me, I'm the only person in my family that I mean, and I went back, I asked my grandma, I asked everybody, and nobody had cancer. I'm the only person that had cancer, that was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer at age 24. Yeah, at age 24. So it had to do with something else that wasn't in my genes. So yes, so we're gonna start with that. And what we need to do basically to stop or to reverse this cancer cell growth, first of all, like I was saying, we need to have a very good immune system. So we need to start working on building up that immune system, okay? And here are the 5 things that are going to help us stop. Literally, you will feel it. Are going to help us stop building that and are going to help our immune system start just getting stronger, and you guys are going to see a difference. But anyways, I'm just going to start. So the first one is stop consuming sugar. Sugar. I cannot emphasize how much and how toxic sugar is. You guys, sugar is seriously one of the biggest things you guys need to stop consuming. If you're fighting cancer or any other disease, consuming sugar, it actually depletes our glutathione. And we need our glutathione because that's what the liver releases to be able to detoxify our bodies. And our liver does like over 500 functions in our bodies, and it helps us so many different ways. And if we are giving it so much sugar, then it's depleting the glutathione, and it's not allowing our liver to detoxify or to send all those toxins out of our bodies. And it's very much killing our glutathione and killing our liver by doing that. I can see the reflection in my glasses of the light that I'm using. That's distracting me. Anyways, so, and it also cancer cells have no mitochondria. And basically what mitochondria is the powerhouse of a healthy cell. So all healthy cells have this, and they're able to help our bodies function and have energy, etc. But cancer cells don't have that, or they do have it, but it's not working. It's completely shut off by the cancer cells. And sugar feeds those cancer cells and allows the cell to start working off of glucose and off of that sugar, and it keeps pretty much blocking the mitochondria in our cell, and it doesn't allow for it to think, so it can say, hey, this is toxic, you need to get rid of it. So it produces cancer cell grow like crazy. Actually, cancer cells absorb sugar 14 times faster than regular cells. So like when you go, like for me, when I would go and get PET scans, which I only had like two or three done, I believe, before I was like, no more, I'm just gonna do blood work. pretty much what happens is you go in there and they inject you with dyed glucose. They inject you with that, and all of that, they let you sit in a chair for about an hour so your body can absorb it, and then they put you through the machine, they scan you, and in their scan afterwards it shows all the cancer cells that are very bright, and they lit up in the scan, and that's because those cancer cells are absorbing or had absorbed that sugar so quickly, and they just start, you can see them, it's like they're moving so fast, and all the other cells are not like that. They're not lit up, only where you have the cancer or where the tumor is. So that just shows that sugar feeds cancer, and the more sugar we eat, the worse it's going to be for our bodies, the worse it's going to be for our liver, we're not going to be able to detoxify our bodies, we're not going to be able to build our immune system, and we're going to be feeding that cancer, and it's just going to get worse, and it's going to defeat the purpose of trying to get a healthy and build up our immune system. So that's number one, guys. Sugar. Stop eating sugar. And okay, the second one is, which I'm just gonna say it, stop consuming animal products. Animal products, no, just stop consuming animal products. All animal products are very, very anti-inflammatory, and they're very acidic to the body. And cancer, again, thrives on acidity. Sugar produces acidity. Animal products produce acidity. Any animal product, whether it be a swimming creature or a flying creature or any animal product, anything that comes from animals as well. For example, it takes about dairy. I'm gonna try to break this in a couple parts. Let's see if I can get this right, or if I can explain it right. So dairy takes about 30 days to leave our bodies. So it like clings on to our bodies, and once we stop eating dairy, let's say we stop eating dairy, I don't know, the first of the month, it takes 30 days after that for our bodies to completely be able to clean out that dairy in our system. And then meat sits in our gut for weeks, sometimes even longer than that, depending on how bad we are. And all of that is just causing toxicity, it's just causing more damage in our gut. If we don't have a healthy gut, we don't have a healthy immune system, we don't have a strong immune system. And then if we think about this, which it's kind of like, I don't want to say a no-brainer, but it's kind of like when you know something, but you don't even think about it, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's true. So animals, all the animals that are being used for human consumption, for humans to consume, there are millions of animals, and there is not a vet for every single one of those animals. So those animals have a bunch of stuff wrong with them, because they're not being treated correctly, they're not being looked at correctly, they're not being taken care of correctly, because there's so many animals that really, they just can't do it. So all those animals are being given the same thing, they're being treated as a whole, they're being given the same antibiotics, the same hormones, the same everything. So when you're drinking that milk that is produced by those animals, whether it be cows or whatever, then you are in essence drinking all of those antibiotics, you're drinking all those hormones. And if you have a hormonal cancer, that's like so bad for you. If you're taking antibiotics, again, so bad for you, because antibiotics kill our gut bacteria, our good healthy gut bacteria, and gut bacteria is like essential. It's vital for us to be able to have a strong immune system. So when you go and you're drinking this dairy products or taking this dairy products, whether it be milk, cheese, etc., then you are in a way drinking all of that stuff that the animals are being given, right? And let's talk about the meat. When we are consuming, or well, not meat because I don't eat meat, but when people consume meat, again, all those animals, there's so many animals, and they're all being just treated as an equal, and they're just being, a lot of them have cancer, have tumors, and what happens? They just kill them, they chop them up, and they give the meat they sell the meat. And Who's eating all that cancer? Who's eating all those tumor? Who's eating all those antibiotics? The people who are consuming those products. And what does that do? Nothing for our system, nothing good for our system. It doesn't help our guts, it doesn't help our immune system, it doesn't help our health. So that's one of the big things that I recommend, is to stop consuming animal products. I'm gonna wipe this down for a second. Is to stop consuming animal products. And then number 3, and yes, all type of animal products. Number 3, stop consuming GMOs. GMOs, people. Many people think that that's good for you. There's arguments even amongst vegans that GMOs are good for you, but or even amongst like healthy people, but really they're not. Like, for example, they say like there's yellow rice, and yellow rice has been genetically modified to help give our bodies vitamin A. So they're like, well, they're helping our bodies give vitamin A, blah 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 blah. Yes, but what else are they bringing to our bodies? What else are they giving our bodies? And a lot of the times they're not being genetically modified with good things. They're just being genetically modified so they can produce things faster, so that the foods can grow faster and that everything can produce in a larger quantity. That way we're able to buy that. Companies obviously make more money when they're able to sell more things. So let me see. I had a little thing right here that I wanted to read. Oh yes, right here. So only one of the things that are being used to genetically modify these foods that are in the GMOs what is the word? Yes, it's herbicide tolerant, and this is what kills the weed in outside. And when we're outside and we see that people are spraying that, or when people are even spraying that, they put masks on, and we're not allowed to touch it, right? We're not allowed to do any of that because it's dangerous. So this is what a lot of the GMOs are being, a lot of the foods with GMOs have in them. And all of this is causing organ damage, is causing immune system disorder, is causing infertility, and is causing a lot more things. And again, none of this helps with a strong immune system. None of this helps with a healthy body. None of this helps fight off those malignant cells that are in our bodies. And then and I mean GMOs is like a huge thing, and I can seriously make a whole class on that. Not that this is a class really, but I can seriously just talk about that for a very long time. But the 4th thing is stop consuming non-organic foods. So the amount of toxins that are in non-organic foods is really sad. Again, people that work with those chemicals are not allowed to touch them. They're not allowed. They have to wear special gloves. They have to wear masks. They have to wear all those things. Why? Because they're so harmful to the body. So if you're not allowed to touch them because it can burn your skin, or because it can take you to the emergency room because it's something so bad for us, then why are we allowed to consume them? Why should we? What is it doing to our insides? What is it doing to our organs? What is it doing to our healthy cells that are trying to fight this nasty disease or any other nasty diseases that our bodies are trying to fight? It's not helping at all. They're doing nothing for us. So even here in the US, there's a lot of I don't even know how to say it. I'm saying not to consume non-organic foods, but also you guys need to be careful with some of the organic foods that you do consume. So I guess my recommendation would be just try to get your fruits, especially fruits and veggies, at your local farmers market if you guys have one. If you don't have one, try to find a store that is going to help you, or that you can trust, that is actually organic food. Try to have your own garden. That's really, really helpful. I wish I had one. I don't have one. I know here, if you're in Arizona, Natural Grocers is a really good store to go to. Yeah, they're really good. Look them up for organic foods, and their prices are really, really good too. So I really like going there to buy that's pretty much where I go shopping for my food, period. So yes, so organic foods, stop consuming organic foods, non-organic foods, just because the chemicals and the pesticides that are sprayed on that, it's ridiculously bad for our bodies, and it does nothing for our immune system to build our immune system. It does something, it depletes it. So, which is the opposite of what we want. And then number 5 is stop consuming synthetic fragrances. Yes, stop consuming synthetic fragrances. And what do I mean by that? So things like candles, body sprays, lotions, and basically anything with a fragrance, perfume, all of that contributes to our health, all of that. And why do I say that if we're not really consuming it? Because we are. Because anything that touches our body goes into our bloodstream, and that means it's inside of us. So yes, we are consuming that stuff, all of that stuff. And I got this information that I'm going to share with you from oh, maybe I shouldn't say the name. Anyways, if you guys want to know where I got it from, I'll let you know. And then yeah, so this is called bioaccumulation, and what it basically means, it means our body burden. So our bodies are being burdened by all these chemicals, all these toxins that are in those things that I just mentioned, lotion, candles, etc. So this consists of the total chemicals or toxins accumulated in our body. That's what bioaccumulation means, okay? And this is the research found. It says 167 chemicals, pollutants, and pesticides in the blood and urine of 9 adult Americans. None of these adults worked with chemicals on the job. They all led healthy lives, and yet the subject contained an average of 91 compounds, which is most of which did not exist 75 years ago. So all of these toxins, all these chemicals, all these pollutants, all these pesticides that are in these studies in these adults are being consumed by the fragrances that are in all these products that I mentioned. It says in total, the 9 subjects contained 76 chemicals linked to cancer in humans or animals. The average was 53. 94 chemicals that are toxic to the brain and nervous system. Average was 62. 86 chemicals that interfere with the hormone system. Average was 58. 79 chemicals associated with birth defects or abnormal development. Average of 55. And 77 chemicals toxic to the reproductive system. I already said that. 77 chemicals toxic to the immune system. Average of 53. So as you can see, our bodies are very much so absorbing all of these toxins, all of these fragrances that are supposed to be good. And one of the first things that I did, besides I was already vegan, but I was eating a lot of sugar and stuff. But one of the first things that I did when I started this was, when I was diagnosed with cancer, is I stopped using any cleaning product that was not 100% plant-based, natural, toxic free. And as you guys know, I do essential oils, and I got my Thieves kit, which is pretty much a cleaning line that Young Living has, and that is, I started using that 2 years ago, a little bit over 2 years ago, because I was diagnosed 2 years ago, on November 3rd or something like that. So I used that I started using that for my cleaning, and it also came with toothpaste. And I mean, even toothpaste, guys, all that stuff is so toxic to our bodies. And this is all pretty much a money going thing, and that is why all these companies and all of these farmers and all these, you know, is they're doing this because it just produces more money. And they don't care that they're messing with our health. They don't care that they're hurting, or that they're, yeah, they really don't care. All they care is about the money. So anyways, that's one of the first things I did. I got rid of everything. I literally got everything and I threw it away. I threw it in the trash, and I got my kit and I started cleaning with that, and I've never went back since then. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This is the 5 things that I extremely recommend for anybody that has cancer, that has been diagnosed with cancer, to stop consuming. And also, not just people with cancer, but just if you guys want to have a healthier life, feel healthier, feel full of energy, and just feel good, which feels great. It feels great to feel good. And I know a couple people have told me after they started kind of eating more plant-based, or kind of incorporating more greens in their diet, they're like, I have more energy, I feel better. And that is it's just awesome, guys. It really does feel good to feel good. It feels great to feel good, and it feels great to be able to be there for family and friends and enjoy life, and not feel all draggy and, yeah, like a burden, or yeah. So anyways, I wanted to do this because it is, like I said, the beginning of a new year, and sometimes this is when we set goals, and sometimes this is when we're like, okay, it's a new year, I gotta do this, I'm gonna do this, I can do it. So you guys can do it. I know you guys can. If you have questions, again, ask away, and I will oh, I think you guys did have questions. Ask away, and I will answer them slowly but surely. And this is gonna be up for 24 hours. Please share it. Like I said in my post, I might not be able to reach 1 million people, but if I can reach 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, or like I said, 1, it just makes a whole difference. It really does. And I know there's people suffering from so many things, and I know we're not perfect, but you know what, for now we just have to do the best that we can to have a good, healthy immune system, and to be here for our families, because our health doesn't just affect us, but it also affects everybody around us and everybody that loves us. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. Again, make it a goal for the new year, the new month that's starting, to just be a healthier version of yourself. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a good night. Bye.